Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday night. It is a lighting chat night with Nick Airriess. Good evening, Nick.
Good evening, John. How you doing this evening?
Doing well. Getting fired up, getting excited for next week.
Mobile Beat.
It is. Of course, you're in a warmer climate, so for you, it's probably like, all going from but for us, it was like 20 below last night.
Yeah, well, I don't know, John. Tonight it's supposed to get into the 40s, Ooh. So we may be freezing down here.
Yeah. Quick, throw a log on the fire.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I haven't had to run my air conditioning in several weeks, so I'm a happy camper.
yeah, exactly. And we've on the other side are up here, and of course you're from Wisconsin, so you well know. But yeah, we've had the heaters have been just a cooking. It's like, come on, the electric building.
Have you gotten a lot of snow?
Not so much. There's just a little dusting here and there, but we decided we were going to send all that to our friends on the East Coast. So watchers from the East Coast, you are welcome.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Exactly. So tonight, because of next week, we'll be in Las Vegas with the Mobile Beat Show. Tonight, Nick, I wanted to see if you could show us a couple of the lights that you're going to be featuring in the booth and kind of talk us through some of the applications for those lights.
Absolutely. And I really have 5 that are like my favorites, but today we're going to show you 3 and we'll talk about the other 2.
Okay.
Just because, we got a lot of stuff going on here and we got a lot of products being shipped out there. I'm excited about these 5, but the 3 I have here are by far some of my favorites. So.
Yep. That sounds great. Let's just jump right into it.
All right, so a unit that we actually had a little while ago, and we did bring on the show a little bit ago, was the Wash FX. The Wash FX itself was such an amazing little powerful, punchy light. And actually here, I'll put it on the camera here so you can see it. It's this little guy right here. And it has 18 3-watt LEDs, RGB, and you have actually zone control in all the different little areas here. And it is a ridiculously bright light. Whoops, totally getting my cord snagged on the board. I apologize. I'm actually going to do right now is before we turn the lights off, I'm just going to show a couple features here, but then we'll shut the lights off and show actually how much space it does light up.
Yeah.
So one of the key features with this guy, which is one of the ones I really, really like about it, is that I generally like to mount lights underneath my speakers. And the bracket here will actually go down and allow you to put a pole mount right underneath the speakers here, so you have lots of room for the cables and everything.
Nice.
So you got this nice long bracket on it, so you'll be able to do that, which is really, really convenient. And of course, you can do all kinds of effects and stuff like that with it, and we'll get into those in just a few minutes. But it's got our nice little red, green, and blue. And so I'm going to shut the lights off here for just a quick second, but I'm going to put the blue light out. And even with the lights on, you can see it's already throwing a ton of light.
Yeah.
So just an amazing amount of light. Now this is a pretty big room. And so this is just blue, and you can see it's lighting up this entire room. It's just a crazy amount of light.
Yeah. And
so I'll put all 3 colors on now, and you can see it's doing a nice full white here. Mm-hmm. It's throwing color everywhere. And you can see it's basically lit the room up almost the exact same way it was before that. And of course we got our red and our green. So very, very, very bright, awesome light. I'm going to turn the lights back on here for a second. So this guy is right now it's retailing for $149 MAP, so it's very, very inexpensive, and for the amount of power you get out of it, it's just awesome. You also can do some really cool auto programs in it that are all built in, controlled from DMX or from the menu on the back. It has sound mode. It's just a really great little fixture. And 2 of these on the side of a DJ booth or whatever are more than what you're going to need. They're great. So that's one of the lights we're going to feature at Mobile Beat, because obviously DJs are really into affordable yet punchy and compact package, so you can move it around and pack it up and bring it with you really, really easily.
Yeah, nice. Now, how high is that ceiling in that room approximately?
It's probably about 15 to 20. It's probably about 15 feet.
About 15 feet, and the room width.
15 feet.
It looked like
it's about 30 feet, maybe.
Yeah,
a little bit more than that.
And it seemed to be filling that whole space.
Oh, it fills the entire space. I saw a video online actually just recently from a DJ that actually had a really cool view of his audience and them dancing and everything, and the whole audience was covered in this wash of light, like a red and green and blue, and you expect to see this big par rig up there lighting the whole thing up, and then he turns the camera over and he sees one wash effects up on the T-bar.
That was doing it all.
It's just doing the whole thing. Yep, he had a wash effects and a swarm 5 effects, and it just looked awesome. So very, very punchy light. Great little package, and it really throws a ton of light. Like it really, and those are coming to Mobile Beat. You'll see we're gonna have a bunch of them there, so you'll see how much light it actually throws.
So now, will those be incorporated into the show then in the booth this year?
Yes, they will. They're going to be up on the kind of upper areas of the booth, kind of lighting down, because they are so bright that we want to make sure that they cover a large, wide area. So we've got quite a few of them up there lighting the actual booth itself, like filling the booth with light.
And of course, with DMX programming, I would assume you can dim those down.
Oh yeah, yep. You can dim them down. Right now, the way I have it set up in DMX, I have it specifically set so you can change colors and go up and down, but there is a master dimmer in the 23 channel mode, which actually allows you to control each zone independently. Oh. So you can do what's called pixel mapping. So yeah, that master dimmer will actually go over that pixel mapping.
Wow, very cool. So yeah, looking forward to seeing those in action in multiples like that. That could be neat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
So the next light that I have here is actually the EZ Gobo. I actually have it charging here for a second, so I'm going to pull it out. This guy we've talked about on the show a couple of times, and it's a Gobo projector, battery-powered Gobo projector. It has, of course, our twist clip with the included magnet right below it there, so you can stick it to drop ceiling or pretty much anything that's magnetic or a ferrous metal. And you've got your power switch and your charging port, and of course your zoom and focus knobs up on the top, and your Gobo door. This, of course, is the EZ series, so you get a really nice little wire IR receiver right here. Mm-hmm. You can control with an IR remote, and you actually have your really cool little Gobo door right here. You can stick your Gobos in. Now, one of the things that we found out with this one, since this one is one of those Gobo projectors that you're able to print your own Gobos for, you can also, if you want a really high resolution Gobo, you can actually go to a film or a slide projector and print that slide right here, and then you get the size actually from our website, and that'll allow you to actually print a Gobo the exact size that you need it.
Okay.
Now I'm actually gonna pull one of these out of here really quick and cut it out so you can see it. Now that I've cut the actual Gobo out, the slide itself, you have this small little Gobo piece left, and then what you can do is actually take this and insert it. Take the Gobo door out, bring this bad boy right here, and pop the little friction ring out like so. Gobo falls out, and I have to remember the Gobo is always upside down and backwards, so we stick it in there. Now I'm kind of sloppy when it came to cutting it, so I might need to trim it up a little bit, and you can do that at home if you like, really easily. Just add a little more scissors to it and cut it out. Mm-hmm. Once you get it in there, and then we'll put the ring right in here. Another thing that's not exactly easy to do with one finger, but I figured it out.
There you go.
All right, cool, got it. So then you go ahead and just insert it back into the Gobo projector here. And the nice thing about these is that because they're so high quality and the resolution of the DPI on them is so good, you actually get a photo quality. And of course, I didn't quite put it right up on the thing. You see it's kind of falling out. I didn't put it in there quite straight because I was using it in one hand. Yep. But you can very easily focus it and bring it into size and get a photo quality Gobo, get it straight here, of a picture. And you could use the bride and groom's face. You could use a lot of different things. And of course, I have some ambient light on in the room here. So if I go and I actually turn the light off.
Yeah, let's do that. Because people have been asking, what does that look like in a darkened room?
Yep. So I've got a nice Gobo here in a dark room. Let me get it focused here for you so you can see it. And you can make it bigger while focusing. So I'm going to bring it into there. There we go. Beautiful. So, yeah, it's really nice and focused, and you really are getting a photo quality Gobo up there. Now, granted, you see that little ring down below, the little white ring?
Yep.
I didn't get it in there all the way. It kind of popped out as I was putting it in. Yep. But again, that's all about when you cut it. If you cut it, with a nice X-Acto knife, I was using just a scissors. The other thing that's really handy to do with that is to have a piece of white plexiglass with some like a light below it. It's called a photo board,
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually get a really, really nice clean cut around it. And there is a pattern available on the web from Chauvet that will actually allow you to print this very thing and put a gobo in here and get the exact size that you want. So really cool, very bright. And this is a pretty dark wall over here. We got a black wall, and these are gray walls. So if you're doing this on a white wall, it's going to be even brighter than what you're seeing right now.
Now, Nick, how far away from you is that wall?
I'm about 10 feet.
Okay, because we're seeing it looks like some switches on the wall or outlets right there.
Yeah, that's the outlets on the wall that are like being lit up by this. But
yep.
Yeah, I'm about 10 feet.
10 feet. So you're getting is that about a 5 foot across image?
Oh, no, it's probably bigger than that. It's probably closer to 6 feet, 8 feet. But I can bring it down in size if I focus it out here. So, again, got to do it with one hand also.
Yep.
There you go. So this is about a meter across right there at about 10 feet.
Okay.
So that's much smaller, but the quality of it is a lot better. And my phone's having trouble focusing on it because I am kind of far away. But yeah, it's about a meter across right there, and then I can widen it out to about twice that. And that's at 10 feet. But obviously, the farther you are away, the bigger the farther you are away, the bigger the image could be.
Mm-hmm.
But so then that's probably about 10 feet.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say 10 feet. It's probably 6 to 8 feet.
Okay.
Like that. It's pretty big. It's at least 2 meters.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is all in the ratio of you going back and forth with the with your room and whatever. And that's why the EZ Gobo is really nice, is that you can actually take these and mount them pretty much wherever you want.
Yeah.
And then have it project and then adjust it. And then if you get used to a venue, it's like, oh, well, I can put it right there, or I can put it right here.
Mm-hmm.
So very convenient.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
nice.
a really cool one. So
it's good. That's the first time I think I've seen that in a darkened environment like that. And boy, that really popped. I was surprised.
It does, yeah. And the photo quality of that, since it is used in like a slide projector, you're seeing a photo quality gobo, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
And that can be really easy, and those things are dirt cheap to print. So you can take the same picture and print a whole bunch of them, cut them out, and you'll have some really cool photo quality things for your wedding or whatever event you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because this is a photo slide, you don't have to worry about the little lines that you would normally have to cut in a gobo to make it sit. Like sometimes you have to put, like, if in an O, the center part of the O can't be like empty. You have to have filled with something. So you have little lines cutting the O apart just to make it look like it's still there, but you're still going to miss a little bit of it. So the clarity of the gobo is just so much better.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
Yeah. Really cool stuff. Number 3.
Yeah.
We've got the EZ Wash Hex, and actually I have the EZ Wash Hex pack here. This is a brand new one. Of course, just like our EZ Pin, you have the charging port here with 4. These are actually 4 ports. The EZ Pin is 6, but the 4 are for these 4 guys here.
Yep.
It comes with an IRC6 remote right here in the box. You also get obviously a power cord and some retaining rings in the box, so that you can actually snap on some color gels if you want to make them a little bit more, like the color blending a little bit better. Now this actually comes with some luminant filters that will allow the color blending to be a little better. So you got the little punch out there for the IRC receiver, because that does affect it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But these are, again, they're in the EZ series. So we've got IR control, they've got battery power. I'm going to unplug this bad boy here real quick and bring them out to market. You got your twist clip, you got your magnet, and of course your on and off switch on the back, and your IR receiver right in the front.
Okay.
So very cool stuff. And then this guy I can control with my IRC remote. This is the EZ Wash Hex.
Mm-hmm.
It has hex colored LEDs in it, so you've got red, green, blue, amber, white, UV. And you do have on the IRC remote, you do have the individual color control where you can actually set up red, green, and blue, and then use the plus and minus when you're in manual mode to adjust the actual output of it to make the specific colors that you want. And of course, you have like an auto mode where it'll go through like a program, and you can adjust the speed of that auto mode by hitting the up and down arrows and kind of going like this on the remote, and it'll slow it down. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So really cool stuff. And it does have actually surprisingly enough, it does have a sound mode.
Oh, gee.
It's pretty cool. I was actually kind of blown away by that, because to me it didn't seem like it would be a unit that would really require sound mode.
Mm-hmm.
But so the thing is with this one, what you got to remember is this is really meant for short throw applications.
Right.
If you look at the wall over there, I mean, you can see it's really hard to see it. It's not really showing up there. However, on a shorter distance, you can see it's definitely showing up here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's about a 5 to 6 foot throw right here, and then this way it was probably about 9 feet. So after you get about 10 feet with ambient light, you're really going to be struggling with it to make a lot of colors. Now, I mean, if the light comes off, which we're showing very well here, see it throws very well when the light's off.
Yeah.
And even the UV, you can see you get a great UV color out of it. Now, granted, my phone doesn't pick up UV very well.
Not so much.
But it's doing a pretty good job so far. So again, this is about a 10-foot throw, a 10 to 20 foot throw, and we're gonna try a couple of colors here real quick, and you can see how bright they are. So you can see it's getting a pretty good amount of light coming out of it.
Yeah.
And again, this is just coming from this one unit right there. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously you can see where the UV is right here, because my camera doesn't pick it up very well, so it goes dark. But you can definitely see your UV reactive stuff over there as well. So really cool. This John, I'm really excited to see what people come up with for this one, because there's so much stuff you can do with this unit. Like if you want to color tables specifically, or you want to do like the cake, like a UV reactive frosting. I cannot wait to see somebody do that. I know it sounds really, really goofy, but I can't wait. I know somebody's going to do it, and this is the perfect light for it, because you hang 3 or 4 of them up above the cake, and you hit it with that UV, and it's going to just look awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So any DJs out there that do that, please send pictures. I want to see it.
Yeah, that would be very, very neat.
So,
what kind of a battery life will that have then?
It's 6 to 8 hours on full white. So now when we say full white in there, it's a little different, because it's actually it's RGB all the way on.
Okay.
So it's actually technically like the 3 colors, RGB on full white, you'll get 6 to 8 hours of runtime. However, with a hex fixture, you can just run the white dye.
Yeah.
You don't need to run all of the colors, so then you get a lot more runtime out of it. I think we're running it like somewhere between 16 to 20 hours on just a single dye. But again, you dim that down a little bit, or you depending on how you use it, you can get a lot of time out of it. So.
And now, does it matter which color you use as far as the amount of energy it takes to run? So if I use just one LED, regardless of which of the 6, it will give me the same, in essence, runtime?
Well, from a technical standpoint, if you look at your Freedoms or your or the EZ Washes or any of the EZ series, any battery series, red and amber always take a lot more power to run them, because they just don't have the oomph that they normally would. So you normally have to put more power behind a red or an amber to really get it to show.
Okay.
However, we found out that blue really eats up the power. I don't know why, for whatever reason. Blue really uses a lot, and actually, consequently, the UV also uses a lot. The UV and the white are actually pretty similar, but the blue is the one that really eats up the current.
Interesting.
So it's a strange thing, and it varies from unit to unit, because it also depends on how you drive the LEDs in the unit. Like, and I'm a big proponent of this. We say the LEDs are a certain power and what they're actually run at and all that, but when it comes down to it, the actual output depends on how hard you're driving the LEDs. And Chauvet is very transparent when it comes to that stuff. If you look at our website, we've got all the features and everything, and it says exactly how hard we drive each of our LEDs. And we want you to know that, because we like people knowing about our tech.
Yeah.
We want people to know. So if you look at any of our specs or anything on our website, you can see exactly how hard we're driving the LEDs. So.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
So 2 of the other little quick products here we'll just briefly touch on.
Yeah.
We're going to have the Scorpion script at Mobile Beat. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be doing some cool projections on the back wall. We're going to have some actual live demos there to be able to use it and actually show how it works and everything. That text producing laser, of course, is one we've had on the show here before.
Oh, yeah.
And we've talked about it at DJ Expo, and it's just been an awesome product for us, and the people that are buying it are just loving it.
Yeah,
so feel free if any of you guys come to Mobile Beat, you will see it. It's
yeah.
going to be a lot of fun to play with. So
yeah, that definitely has been a very popular fixture. And what's the price point on that?
On the Scorpion Script.
Yep. What's the map pricing on that?
$299.
Yeah. So an incredibly flexible fixture for not a ton of money.
Not a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And that's the thing that I love about it is that you can use it as a text laser to put text up on the wall. But it's just such a great laser in general, and you can actually use it as like a cool effect laser in fog as well. So that's really, really cool stuff. And that's a 50 milliwatt diode, so it's pretty bright.
Yeah. So now our final fixture. What do you have for us?
Well, okay. So one of the last one that I really, really want to touch on is the Slim Beam. The Slim Beam Quad IRC. It's a light that we talked about on the show a little bit before NAMM when I just had the one. We only really had one at the time. We're going to have a cool array of them at Mobile Beat. It's going to be like a rig of 4 of them that are going to be doing a really cool pattern around a big white fabric. Oh. That's where they really excel, is they look really cool when you put them on a wall and you put them on a big wall because they put these beams up the wall like crazy, and it looks really, really cool. And then the movement when you have those 3 beams coming up, or like what we were calling the peacock light, has the 3 beams can do like dancing programs between the 3 and just do some really cool stuff. That is going to be the cool light I think that most people are going to be taking pictures in front of and seeing like how it looks at the show, because to me that is a brand new effect. It's something that is just completely different than anything else that's out there. So make sure if you're coming to the show, come and check that out, because that is going to be a really cool display.
Yeah, and for those of you who can't make the show, we're going to be going, and Nick and I will walk you through everything there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking about it as we typically do, and just bringing the best of what's on display to you in video.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great stuff. Well, Nick, I know you guys are busy packing and getting ready to go, and I'll let you go, but I want to thank you for coming in and giving us a little walk around some of the Show Bay headquarters there.
Yeah, no worries, John. Thank you for the time, man. I appreciate it.
For those of you watching tonight, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please put those in the comment section down below this video. If you got any ideas or something for a show, get a hold of Nick or myself and say, hey, I'd like you guys to check this out and tell me more about it. We really appreciate you watching for us tonight. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV, and Nick Airriess from Show Bay DJ. Good night.